Hi everyone. Now I'm going to talk to you about the film The Ball at the Anjo House, which is a Japanese film produced in 1947, and it's directed by, excuse me, let me take a look, Kozaburo Yoshimura. Sorry for checking on the paper, but I didn't memorize. I'm Brazilian, so Japanese language is a little bit difficult for me to memorize. I'm sorry. And it stars, among others, the actress Setsuko Hara. So if you are a fan of Yasushiro Ozu, Setsuko Hara became famous for starring in many of Ozu's films. However, this is not an Yasushiro Ozu film. This film is directed by Kozaburo Yoshimura. So, this film talks about a rich family in Japan post-World War II, and they had lost everything. They had lost their money, they had lost their high position in society, and they were about to even lose their house. In the family, we can see a father and 3 children, a woman who had already been married to a general. However, the marriage didn't work out because her husband had a lover. So she left her husband and returned home. A son who is a real playboy, real hypocrite, and he had an affair on the side with the maid of the house. And the younger daughter was played by, again, Setsuko Hara. And she was a very sweet girl. She really tried to comfort her father. And she accepted that they had lost everything. And she tried to find a place in this modern Japan. So the family was in a very difficult financial situation, probably for the first time in their lives. And the father needed to sell the house. Actually, for a while, the family was surviving with money which was lent by another man, but that man was dishonest and didn't help the family when they needed. And the younger daughter, the sweet girl, she tried to convince her father to sell the house to a man who had previously been the driver of the family, who got rich afterwards, but with honest business. However, people in the family weren't in the mood to sell the house to him out of pride, because after all, this guy had already been the driver of the family in the past. And time passed, and they were in despair for losing their money. And the playboy son, he tried to get married with the daughter of this man who was lending money to his father. So the family decided to organize a ball at home so they could say goodbye to their rich to their old rich life with the ball. It would be their goodbye to a richer time. And the ball was held. However, during the ball, many unpleasant things happened. For example, the guy was lending money to the father. He told the father that his daughter would never marry his son and that he wanted the house because the father was owing money to him. The son overheard the conversation, and she forced the daughter of this guy to get drunk. And then we can read between the lines that he tried to be intimate with her while she was fainted, but then someone arrived and nothing bad happened. And the older daughter, who had been married to the general and got divorced, she was the crush of the former driver. So the former driver, who nowadays was a rich man, he has always liked this woman, but she never ever liked him back because she felt it was below her dignity to be in love with someone who was the driver of the family. And she was very snobbish. The youngest daughter, she tried to convince the former driver to buy the house because she knew he was a good man. And there were arguments during the ball. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the ball, it arrived a woman who had been the lover of the father for many years. And then the father of the family, he married his former lover, and he introduced her to everyone in the party. And the guests felt really insulted because they felt she was a lower woman. And at the end of the film, we can see that the father tried to take his own life. His younger daughter got to prevent this. And that's it. It's an interesting film, and it really shows the despair of rich people in post-war Japan after they lost everything, and the hypocrisy and the lies and all the conceited principles that they had in life. And it's a really, really interesting analysis about human nature. I really recommend the film. It's delicate, it's interesting, and it's deep. That's all for now, folks. See you.